And then the past perfect is quite simple and useful. We use it to show that one action in the past occurred before another action in the past. For example, a completed action before another activity in the past. Second, third conditional sentences and reported speech. Third, dissatisfaction with the past. The past perfect is also used in a number of expressions like these: I wish, as if, though, and if only. I wish I hadn't gone there. John looked as if he had done something terrible. Positive sentences. Subject plus auxiliary verb plus past participle. Now, some typical mistakes. As soon as the film started, I realized I had seen it before. Here, the past participle of the verb to see is seen and not seed. By the time I got to the station, my train had left. Here, by the time indicates that the train had left before the speaker got to the station, not the other way around. When we arrived, the concert had already finished. Use 1. It had gotten worse before it got better. Use 1. By the time I watched my favorite program, I had drunk a cup of beer. Use 1. If I hadn't taken my keys from the drawer, I would be able to get into my house. Use 2a. My mum asked me whether I had visited grandma the previous day. Use 2b. By the time I got to the market, most of the stalls had already been closed. Use 1. I wish I had taken more food with me. Use 3. Use 3 is the so-called hypothetical past. We are talking about things that never happened. For example, I wish I had fixed my umbrella, but I didn't. If only I had known the answer to that question, but I didn't. Another example, Mr. Johnson had read the document carefully before he signed it. Before I was born, my grandfather has gone to war. You may find that people, especially native speakers, don't use the past perfect. For example, after I walked my dog, I went to the cinema. This is because after or before tell the listener which action happens first. Still, keep in mind that such sentences are usually used in conversations rather than other situations. Therefore, try to avoid them, especially in tests where you can lose points because of that. For example, questions, interrogative sentences, auxiliary verb plus subject plus past participle. For example, had he known some words before he started learning English? Had they had any pet before they bought the giraffe? Common time expressions, time adverbials in the past perfect. They are after, before, already, as soon as, just, yet, until, till, by the time, that. Negative sentences. Subject plus auxiliary verb plus not plus past participle. For example, I hadn't seen Berlin before I flew there in summer. He said Mr. Johnson hadn't mowed the lawn. Brenda did not call me before her plane had landed. Past perfect is used in reported speech, saying someone else said. For example, Anne, I was in the US 12 months ago. George, Anne said she had been in the United States 12 months earlier. Or, Anne, I have searched all my rooms. George, Anne said she had searched all the rooms. So, The past simple and the present perfect are replaced with the past perfect.